The Bay Area is undergoing its most significant transformation in decades with 79 major new developments spanning food, housing, retail, and entertainment. Keeping track of all of these changes across San Francisco, San Mateo, Santa Clara, and the East Bay is nearly impossible. Without insider knowledge, you'll miss the next hot restaurant opening, the neighborhood about to explode in value, or the cultural events that define Bay Area living. I've spent months compiling a comprehensive breakdown of everything new or coming soon to the Bay Area in 2025 and beyond, organized by category and region so you can stay ahead of every important development that matters to your lifestyle and investment decisions. So by the end of this video, you'll have insider information about dozens of new restaurants, major housing developments, retail innovations, and entertainment options that most Bay Area residents haven't even heard of. The Bay Area's food scene is exploding with 35 new establishments opening across the region, more than any other development category. This dining renaissance spans from high-end concepts to casual favorites with innovative approaches that continue to cement the Bay Area's reputation as a culinary powerhouse. San Francisco welcomes an impressive lineup of new eateries with several major openings across diverse neighborhoods. The Tenderloin, an area that's seen significant transformation, recently gained soul-warming Korean cuisine Sungho, bringing authentic flavors to the neighborhood that continues to evolve. Meanwhile, Hayes Valley embraces the Happy Crane's authentic Cantonese offerings, adding another dimension to this already food-rich district. Seafood enthusiasts should mark their calendars for Nopa Fish at the Ferry Building, taking advantage of one of the city's most iconic food destinations. And if Mediterranean cuisine is your style, Milos Mezi's new spot is bringing authentic flavors that transport you straight to the Greek islands. The financial district is seeing culinary growth despite office occupancy challenges, with Papa Noodle opening with its signature dishes that have created significant buzz. Across town, West Portal celebrates the opening of George's Donut in Merrimack, bringing sweet treats to this family-friendly neighborhood. In a success story that demonstrates the pathway from pop-up to permanence, Joel's Pizza has transformed the temporary operation to a permanent fixture in the Lower Haight, showing how the Bay Area continues to incubate food entrepreneurs. For travelers, the iconic Balboa Cafe is expanding to SFO, bringing a taste of San Francisco's history to the airport experience. The city's bagel scene, yes, there's a genuine bagel boom happening, continues rising with Schlock's Bagels gaining an even more devoted following across San Francisco. Their expansion demonstrates the city's growing appreciation for traditional techniques applied to this breakfast staple. Moving down the peninsula and into the South Bay, several noteworthy openings are transforming the dining landscape. South San Francisco welcomes the new Umber restaurant, while San Carlos gets the taste of Japan with Soko Soko Japanese cuisine, expanding the regional diversity of dining options. In Menlo Park, the new Indian restaurant Ailan brings fresh flavors to an area that's seeing significant development across multiple sectors. San Jose's dining scene expands with Asia Live's Pan-Asian concept, bringing together multiple culinary traditions, while Nimiku Ramen Izakaya opening near Japantown strengthens the city's already impressive Japanese food offerings. In bittersweet news, for long-term shoppers, Draeger's Market in San Mateo will close after serving the community for 3 decades, marking the end of an era for this beloved specialty food market. The East Bay food scene flourishes with several exciting concepts. Berkeley welcomes Chimie, bringing Korean chicken to a city already known for culinary diversity. Meanwhile, the renowned Horan Barbecue expands to Lafayette, bringing its celebrated Texas-inspired techniques to a new audience. Oakland seafood lovers have a new destination with Serene, adding to the city's impressive dining portfolio. West Oakland is buzzing about its new dining food hall development, joining the trend of communal dining spaces that bring together multiple concepts under one roof. In San Bruno, Hapa Bistro creates excitement with its Japanese and French fusion concept, demonstrating the continuing innovation in Bay Area dining. Dave & Buster's is preparing to open at Jack London Square, adding an entertainment dining option to this historic Oakland waterfront area. Local Kitchens is partnering with Chef Thuy Nguyen to bring authentic Vietnamese dishes to more Bay Area residents through their expanding network of locations, showing how technology and food culture continue to intersect in innovative ways. Which of these 35 new restaurants are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments below. And I've noticed a surprising trend across these new openings. The concentration of Asian influence concepts across all price points shows the Bay Area's continuing embrace of Pacific Rim culinary traditions, with Korean concepts showing particularly strong growth compared to previous years. But the Bay Area's transformation goes beyond just food. Let's look at the massive residential developments changing how people live across the region. San Mateo's median home price has now hit $2 million, yet developers are still betting big on the Bay Area with some of the most ambitious housing projects in the region's history. The sheer scale of what's coming will fundamentally change multiple neighborhoods and create new living opportunities for thousands of residents. In San Francisco, SoMa will see a striking 26-story tower at 896 Folsom Street, adding significant housing inventory to the area that continues to evolve from its industrial past. Despite broader market challenges that may affect downtown, Mission Bay continues to boom with ongoing development activity, showing the resilience of certain micro-markets within the city. The Castro neighborhood, with its rich culinary history, will soon welcome a new LGBTQ senior housing project addressing the specialized needs of the community while honoring the district's legacy. This project represents an important trend towards creating housing that serves specific population needs rather than generic development. San Francisco is also celebrating the opening of its first new YMCA in over 30 years, providing both recreation and community space that extends beyond the housing to create complete neighborhoods. Meanwhile, the city's controversial empty homes and storefront tax faces legal hurdles as implementation approaches, showing the complex regulatory environment affecting development. San Mateo County is experiencing tremendous growth on multiple fronts. The city of San Mateo itself has approved a project featuring 192 condos and 94 single-family residences, representing a significant addition to the housing inventory. The city is also implementing rezoning to allow taller buildings and more housing density, with a 6-story complex recently approved that demonstrates the new urban form. Burlingame is taking an innovative approach by converting warehouses to apartments, addressing housing needs through adaptive reuse rather than ground-up construction. This approach preserves some of the existing character that's creating new living spaces. The ambitious Hillsdale Mall redevelopment is bringing 1,392 residential units to the area. This project exemplifies the trend of transforming retail spaces into mixed-use development that combines housing with commercial uses. In the South Bay, Santa Clara is experiencing what some describe as housing chaos, as multiple major projects advance simultaneously, transforming the city's landscape at an unprecedented pace. Sunnyvale is prioritizing housing over retail in a significant development strategy shift that reflects the changing market demands and priorities. Menlo Park expands its affordable housing initiatives, addressing critical needs for economically diverse housing options in this high-cost area. Meanwhile, Palo Alto has approved a new affordable housing project specifically for teachers, recognizing the essential need for housing for the workforce that serves the community. The East Bay continues its housing expansion with several transformative projects. The Oak Knoll project is transforming 191 acres into a sustainable community in Oakland, converting a former naval hospital site into a comprehensive neighborhood. The Caballo Hills development balances new homes with conservation priorities, showing how development and environmental concerns can coexist. The 98th and San Leandro area undergoes exciting transformations that bring new housing options to this underserved area. Livermore's landscape is changing with multiple residential developments altering the city's footprint and character, extending the Bay Area's growth corridor eastward. By the way, did you catch that? The Hillsdale Mall project alone will add more housing units than many entire Bay Area communities have built in the past decade. But here's what most people don't realize about these developments. They're increasingly focused on creating complete neighborhoods rather than just housing, with integrated retail, services, and public spaces becoming the norm rather than the exception. While residential projects are changing where people live, commercial development is transforming how we work, shop, and gather throughout the Bay Area. From biotech hubs replacing shopping malls to billion-dollar medical campuses, the Bay Area's commercial landscape is undergoing the most dramatic transformation in a generation. These changes reflect broader economic shifts and will create new employment centers that will reshape commute patterns and neighborhood character. The SF Flower Market is relocating to Potrero Hill after decades in its current location, moving a vital but often overlooked business that supplies much of the region's floral industry. The San Francisco Caltrain Rail Yards is set for a major makeover that will transform a significant portion of the city while improving transit infrastructure, representing one of the most substantial urban redevelopment opportunities to date. Union Square continues its retail evolution with Nike's NBA-themed makeover potentially revitalizing the shopping district by creating experimental retail that can't be replicated online. However, Bloomingdale's flagship store in San Francisco has announced it will shut down by 2025, reflecting ongoing challenges in department store retail nationwide. To attract more visitors amid changing shopping patterns, Union Square Plaza is introducing free programs and activities demonstrating the need to reimagine public spaces for multiple use and beyond traditional retail support. Brisbane has multiple ambitious developments underway that will significantly expand a smaller community impact. The waterfront vision for Sierra Point takes advantage of bay views while creating new commercial space. The 9,000 Marina project combines hotel, life sciences, and mixed-use elements in an integrated development approach. A warehouse proposal promises massive job opportunities in the logistics sector, showing diversity of employment beyond just technology. Burlingame is celebrating the groundbreaking of its long-awaited town square, creating a central gathering place that enhances community identity. The Bridgepoint Shopping Center sold for an impressive $127 million, potentially signaling changes ahead for this significant retail property as shopping centers throughout the region reevaluate their approaches. Sunnyvale is in the midst of a transformation, with CityLine's new developments changing the city's profile with urban-style development in this traditionally suburban community. The community center is getting a complete makeover, enhancing public facilities that serve residents. The city is implementing a developer-funded public art initiative to beautify new projects, showing increasing attention to aesthetic considerations in developments. Plaza del Sol is moving into an exciting second phase of its revamp, continuing evolution of this community gathering space. Los Gatos nightlife gets an upgrade, with second story opening its doors, bringing new entertainment options to its affluent community. Palo Alto maintains its popular outdoor dining spaces created during the pandemic, making permanent what began as a temporary response to health restrictions. Bell's Bookstore in Palo Alto continues a cultural institution in the city, demonstrating that despite digital disruption, physical bookstores still maintain cultural relevance in the right locations. Berkeley announces an ambitious 250,000 square foot lab space project, reflecting the East Bay's growing importance in the life sciences sector as these specialized facilities expand beyond traditional centers. The JCPenney closure at Tanforan is making way for a biotech hub, continuing the trend of retail to biotech conversions that's reshaping commercial real estate. Alameda's Encinal Terminals project faces delays despite its promising waterfront potential, showing that development challenges affect projects across the region. In healthcare development, Sutter's $1 billion medical campus in Emeryville represents a major healthcare transformation for the region, creating a significantly new institutional presence. Do you notice the pattern? Retail spaces throughout the Bay Area are being converted to biotech and life science uses, a transformation happening faster than most residents realize. This shift from retail to research space reflects both the challenges in traditional retail and the continuing strength of life sciences sector, which requires specialized facilities that can't be moved offshore or replaced by remote work. But which commercial development will have the biggest impact in property values? Based on historical patterns of similar developments, the Sutter Medical Campus in Emeryville is likely to create the most significant localized impact, as major healthcare facilities typically generate substantial economic activity and housing demand within a 1 to 2 mile radius. Beyond where we live and work, the Bay Area's cultural calendar is filling up with exciting events throughout 2025 that you won't want to miss. Several major festivals and cultural celebrations will define 2025's calendar. The San Mateo County Fair returns with expanded attractions and entertainment options, continuing its tradition bringing together the peninsula community. The Northern California Cherry Blossom Festival returns in 2025, celebrating Japanese culture across multiple Bay Area locations with food, performances, and cultural demonstrations. Beer enthusiasts can look forward to San Francisco's Beer Week in 2025, bringing craft brewers together for tastings and special events that highlight the region's continuing leadership in craft brewing. Music lovers can enjoy 100 free concerts planned for Golden Gate Park, offering diverse musical experiences throughout the year that continue San Francisco's tradition for accessible cultural programming. The San Francisco International Film Festival will highlight global cinema with screenings across the city, maintaining the Bay Area's connection to international film culture. Animal lovers will be excited about the Korean-inspired Nabby Cat Cafe coming to the Bay Area, bringing the popular cat cafe concept with an authentic Korean twist that combines culinary and pet experiences. In sports venue news, Oakland Roots has unveiled an ambitious new stadium proposal that could transform the team's presence in the city while providing a new gathering place for the community. Did you know that the Golden Gate Park will host nearly 2 concerts every week throughout 2025? To make sure you don't miss the ones that match your musical taste, I recommend following San Francisco Parks and Rec's dedicated social media account, which announces performances frequently before they're picked up by mainstream event listings. Which of these events are you most likely to attend? Let me know in a comment section below. While these events shape our cultural experiences, significant changes in government, education, and transportation will likely impact daily life for all Bay Area residents. California has ended legacy admissions for colleges, but that's just one of several major policy changes affecting the Bay Area and its residents in 2025. These regulatory, educational, and infrastructure developments may receive less attention than restaurants and housing, but they'll have profound effects on how the region functions. In policy and politics, San Jose's mayor has proposed a controversial, performance-based pay system for city employees, generating significant debate about public sector compensation models that could influence other Bay Area municipalities if implemented. At the state level, a transgender sports bill has sparked intense debate throughout California, reflecting broader national conversations about inclusivity and athletic competition. Governor Gavin Newsom remains cautiously optimistic about California's budget surplus moving into 2025, potentially enabling increased investment in state priorities that affect Bay Area residents. For homeowners, Farmers Insurance has reopened for new home policies in California after previously restricting coverage due to wildfire concerns, providing more options in an insurance market that has been challenging for many homeowners. Education and technology development show significant evolution as well. California ends legacy admission practices, creating a new era in college admissions that may serve as a model for other states while affecting how Bay Area families approach higher education planning. SF State celebrates the opening of a $175 million science and engineering center, significantly expanding the university's research capabilities and educational offerings in these critical fields. A major lawsuit against Roblox and Discord is raising important questions about platform safety for children, with potential implications for social media and gaming regulation that could affect the many technology companies headquartered here in the region. Transformation innovations continue to reshape regional mobility. High-speed rail plans connecting California to Las Vegas are moving forward, potentially transforming the interstate travel with implications of tourism and business connections. Within San Francisco, SFMTA is unveiling an ambitious citywide bike lane plan to improve cycling infrastructure throughout the city, addressing safety concerns while promoting sustainable transportation. The Burlingame Rail project faces concerning cost increases that have raised questions about its timeline and scope, reflecting the challenges of infrastructure development in high-cost areas. In the South Bay, the Stevens Creek Trail expansion is moving forward despite debates about its investment value, extending recreational and commute options for non-motorized transportation. San Francisco's Caltrain rail yards are set for a comprehensive makeover that will transform a significant portion of the city while improving transit connectivity, representing a major opportunity to enhance regional transportation while creating new development. The high-speed rail to Las Vegas could fundamentally change weekend getaway patterns for Bay Area residents, potentially creating a 3-hour connection that makes weekend trips feasible without flying. This could create new business opportunities and travel patterns that strengthen economic connections between the two most western destinations. But here's a transportation development that almost nobody is talking about yet. The cumulative impact of all the bicycle infrastructure improvements across multiple cities is creating, for the first time, a truly regional network that will allow continuous protected cycling across jurisdictional boundaries. This network effect may finally push cycling mode share above the critical threshold needed for mainstream adoption. Now that we've covered all of the major categories, let's look at the big picture to understand what these developments tell us about the Bay Area's future direction. San Francisco leads with 25 major development stories, while Santa Clara County follows with 19. But a surprising pattern emerges when we look at where investments are flowing. The geographic distribution of these 79 developments reveal important shifts in regional development patterns that savvy residents and investors should understand. Looking at developments across counties reveals interesting patterns. San Francisco continues leading with 25 major stories spanning dining, housing, and commercial developments, showing the city's continued importance despite well-documented challenges. Santa Clara follows closely at 19 significant developments, with Sunnyvale particularly active in both residential and commercial projects. The East Bay shows strong growth with 16 major stories, particularly in Oakland and Berkeley, indicating the continuing eastward shift of development activity. San Mateo County is seeing substantial investment with 14 notable developments, benefiting from its strategic location between San Francisco and Silicon Valley. Interestingly, our research found no significant developments in the North Bay during this period, suggesting an opportunity gap in Marin, Sonoma, and Napa counties. This absence is notable and may indicate either regulatory constraints or market saturation in these areas. Breaking developments down by category reveals additional insights. Food and dining remains the single most active sector, with 35 new establishments opening or announced, reflecting the Bay Area's continued cultural emphasis on culinary innovation and experiences that can't be replicated online. With combined real estate developments, both residential and commercial represent the largest category of activity, with 59 major projects addressing the region's growth needed demands economic headwinds in certain sectors. Entertainment and cultural events show strong growth with 10 major announcements, indicating confidence in the return to in-person experiences post-pandemic. Retail continues its transformation with 14 significant developments, many involving conversions to other uses as the sector adapts changing consumer behavior and economic realities. These patterns suggest several important future implications. The concentration of biotech development indicates industry clustering that will likely accelerate, creating specialized districts focused on life sciences and generate more employment and housing demand. Housing development patterns show strategic densification around transit and employment centers, continuing the long-term trend towards transit-oriented development. The absence of North Bay development news may indicate an opportunity gap in Marin, Sonoma, and Napa counties that could be filled by future projects if regulatory and market conditions align. Cultural and entertainment investments suggest confidence in the return of tourism and in-person experiences, potentially benefiting businesses that serve these sectors. When we map these 79 developments geographically, a clear pattern of investment emerges that savvy investors and residents can use to anticipate future opportunities. Development is clustering along transit corridors and around existing employment centers rather than spreading evenly, creating intense nodes of activity surrounded by relatively stable areas. This distribution of new projects tells us something surprising about where the Bay Area is heading. From 35 new restaurants to massive housing projects like the 1,392-unit Hillsdale Mall redevelopment, from billion-dollar medical campuses to cultural celebrations, the Bay Area continues to evolve and reinvent itself across all sectors despite economic headwinds in certain areas. San Francisco leads with 25 major development stories, followed by Santa Clara with 19, the East Bay with 16, and San Mateo County with 14, each with its own unique transformation story. The region shows remarkable resilience and innovation through these extensive collection of new developments and upcoming attractions. While challenges certainly exist, particularly in downtown San Francisco's retail and a complex housing market, the breadth and diversity of new developments suggests a region actively addressing its issues while continuing to grow and transform. The coming year promises to be an exciting period for change and renewal throughout the Bay Area. If you want to stay informed about the Bay Area's ongoing transformation, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss our monthly development update where we track progress of these developments and projects to uncover new ones as they're announced. What development are you most excited about? Or do you know about something we missed? Tell us in the comments below. Your insights help the entire community stay informed and makes these videos more comprehensive. Next week, we'll be doing a deep dive into the 10 neighborhoods experiencing the most dramatic transformation in 2025, including property value projections that might surprise you. You won't want to miss that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.